am the last guy in the world you would think we'd doing a show about keeping clean. And yet, I am going to do that with the help of my dog, and more importantly, the dog was leaving. Already the dog is bored. And my absolutely clean-obsessed wife, Dr. Barbara Nemko.
Well, that's all in how you phrase it. I don't consider being clean necessarily being clean obsessed. And
don't trust her. She is clean obsessed.
I bet.
The floor was clean in the kitchen. We had company over. It was, you could do surgery on it, and she made me sweep up, and then afterwards, she pulls out a Swiffer to swift what was, there was nothing there. That's not clean obsessed?
No, it was not quite all that clean. If you've ever seen the play or the movie The Odd Couple, you know what that's like. We are the original odd couple, except that we're married to each other.
And been together 51 years as an odd couple.
And he hasn't changed a bit. I swear this is exactly the same. Practically teenager I met more than 50 years ago, and he's still dressed the way he was dressed
But
then.
I don't leave my underwear on the floor.
Whoopee.
Okay, so, but why are we doing this? There's a reason we're talking to you. This is spring, and most people say, I should do spring cleaning, but we never do. So we are going to we did spring cleaning, but there's still a whole bunch of crap that is still in her closet that I want to show you that I thought she should have. If they had an incinerator, you know, like in New York, they used to have an incinerator, you throw it in the thing and it burns, or at least given to Goodwill or Salvation Army, or there are some local charities you like. Which ones are those?
Okay, so I have taken boxes and bags to community projects. I've taken some stuff to the Discovery store because I have too much stuff. I think one of the things that's happening is right now, remember 1946 was when the baby boomer generation began. It went from 46 to 64. So the original baby boomers and anybody before that is turning 80 this year, or they've already turned 80. And that's when you start thinking about what's going to happen. You're not going to live forever. And this is a very different, younger generation. When we got married, people used to think in terms of good china, and they would think about silver. When I got married, my parents gave me a set of silver, service for 12. And for many years, I probably didn't use it. I was afraid to use it. And it sat in a chest forever, not tarnishing. But at some point, you realize, wait a minute, what's the point? If I never use it, why do I have it? And we discovered that our daughter doesn't want it. She does not want to inherit it. She doesn't want the good china. So where's it going to go? It's going to go to the Discovery shop. Well, I might as well use it now. So now we keep it in the chest on the counter, easy to use. We use the dishes. And what if it breaks? So what?
Now, there's a really disgusting term to describe this kind of spring cleaning. It's called, when you're older, it's called the death clean out. And hopefully we have another couple of decades before the death clean out.
I was going to say another couple of years. I'm not sure how many couple of decades we have. But yeah.
I want to be an optimist because...
Oh, good.
Okay, enough of that. Now, you tell me this. Does this not belong in either the incinerator or the trash? The color is like puke. It's disgusting. It's ugly and whatever. Why did you not throw this out?
Because this is a jacket. First of all, there's a leaf on here. This is a jacket.
See what I mean? Clean obsessed. Here we are. This has a leaf on it, and she's cleaning it. For what reason is that, Dr.
Because I don't want people to think that there's something wrong with it. It's perfectly fine. This is a holiday jacket when you're wearing a short sleeve.
Which holiday? Halloween?
A Christmas, New Year's jacket.
Christmas. Can't you see it now? Ho, 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 ho.
This from a man. Would you stand up and show them your attire, please?
I would. Am I ready for the runway, the fashion runway? Is
this pair of pants he wears every single day.
Like
every
Mark
day
Zuckerberg.
these pants.
Mark Zuckerberg says he's got too many important things to talk about and think about than clothing. He has 12. He loves his gray T-shirt, and I have 6 pairs of these. They're wonderful, and they have zippers that close the pants so my keys won't fall out.
They're so good looking, too.
Okay, you, unlike me, who just threw the stuff on the floor to bring over, you got a bag.
I do. So part of what's going on now is this idea that if we have too much stuff, you need to start getting rid of it. Uncluttering closets, uncluttering cabinets, uncluttering a lot of things. I went to my niece's house for Thanksgiving. Again, this is a holiday jacket, and if you get rid of it, I'll get rid of you before.
You got to be. You're going to keep that?
Absolutely.
It would scare away the mice from the basement.
Good. Then we'll not have to deal with mice in the basement. I went to my niece's house for Thanksgiving, and peculiarly enough, she has the most organized pantry you have ever seen in your life. Now, I never learned how to do that, but I came away from that, and my daughter did too, with the idea that, what are we doing? We need to have something that looks like this. I need to know what's in that container, which is flour, which is sugar. So what do you do when you want to organize? And you want to get rid of stuff? The first thing you do is go out and buy new stuff. So you have to buy containers. You must have new containers, because that will help you get organized and will motivate you.
I was shocked. She had perfectly good containers. She got new ones, including the labels with black labels with white pens.
So I got these lovely matching containers.
Of course they're matching.
They're glass with a wooden top and a label. So now if you look into my pantry, you can see exactly what's in each container, and I know where to look, and it looks nice. I'll show you also the before picture of one of my cabinets with pots and pans, if we could put that on the screen. And it only took me about 5 to 10 minutes to make that a whole lot better. So it feels so good when you do that. Now, in all this decluttering and all the stuff I've given away, my husband, who thinks decluttering is a great idea, I want to show you some of the gifts he's given me since I started decluttering. These things that were so essential, he had to buy them and give them to me.
Oh, I think I'm leaving now. This is not going to turn out well. This is not good.
But this is truth.
This is not good.
This is true. So here's my first favorite one. Because if you want to declutter, what you need is a new cheese board that weighs a ton, that you don't know where to put, doesn't fit in the
beautiful.
cabinet.
It's real wood. It's organic. And it says "Oi to the world." I think it's very funny.
Ha. And now I have to leave it on top of the counter because it doesn't fit in a cabinet because of its size. So that was one thing that he determined was absolutely essential as we declutter.
Oh, boy.
Then there was this. This is another great one.
What is it?
This is a fabulous picture that says Flushing Avenue subway. Now,
why wouldn't you like that?
I didn't say I didn't like it. I needed it like I needed a hole in my head. So, yeah, I know that I came from Flushing, and I know that we took the subway a lot, but I did not need another picture.
Give me that. You see,
hanging on the
New
kitchen
York
counter.
is iconic for having these mosaic tiles. I went and I found this on the internet and I printed it out. Instead of some store-bought thing, this was an act of love. Thanks a lot.
And then there's this. This one says Balabusta Barb. Balabusta is a Yiddish term that means
good homemaker.
A good homemaker. Again, thank you very much for the compliment, but here's another piece of clutter on my cabinet, on my counter.
Wait a minute.
To top it off,
finish? Okay.
To top it off. Then there's this one.
I like that too.
I don't know what this is. This is to put little wine glasses on or something. But again, I have to find hors d'oeuvres. I had plenty of hors d'oeuvre plates. Got to find a place to keep this.
These were great gifts.
I didn't bring the last one, which I had already. I don't know how I forgot it. But he came home and he said, I bought you a present. And what is it? It's a blanket, and it says Hachi on it. Now, that's a very nice
It's a throw. It's
a throw.
Barb, she's a clean person, so it's to clean his paws when he comes in. Instead of being grateful how clever that was, a nice little towel, with his name on it and a paw.
He can't read.
It was about cleanliness. Okay, more of this crap. Now, to let it be, like this will be in Barbara's closet. Now, I won't say a word. Would you care to say why you're keeping the vintage Crushers super extra large, made in Macau
Because
jacket
A, it was a gift from Vintage High, and
from
B,
1987.
And B, it's not extra large. It's a size small, and it's a perfect, very lightweight jacket, especially if I'm going to Vintage High for something in particular.
You really needed to keep that.
Yes,
very important.
I do.
When was the last time you wore it?
Never.
Precise. That's a serious rule. They normally say if you haven't worn it in 6 months, it goes. Because there are other people who are starving in Africa or in or Napa.
They're not going to eat it.
But who are freezing in the tundra, who would welcome that jacket. In the meantime, it says, you never wore it. Okay, now would you care to defend this? This gorgeous item.
It actually looks very nice on. It is a dress. I belt it. It looks good. I think I wore this at one point in Washington, D.C., possibly to the White House. Looks nice on me.
Same question.
I'm keeping it.
When was the last time you wore it?
Well, now I'm getting rid of my work clothes because I have closets filled.
When was the last time you wore it?
A year ago, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. I'm going to reveal it. Okay. Now, we leave the world of shoes too. I want you to see, I don't know if you can see the close-up of how worn these heels are. Can you see how worn? Now, this is not even a matter of style. These ballet slippers, whatever the hell they are, why are these still in your closet with 98 other pair of shoes?
It passes the test. When did you wear it? Obviously, I wore them a lot. And it goes with certain outfits.
But when did you last wear them?
A couple of months ago. I wear it when I wear turquoise.
So now, lest you think I'm just making fun of you, I'm going to make fun of myself. I have this sport jacket. I've had it for 30 years. It has the wool mark, pure wool. It's all right, but I kind of think it's ugly. I can't make myself get rid of it. If only I'm in plays. Barbara and I are both in plays. And for a period piece, some kind of a worn down old salesman, this might work. If you had control of this, what would you do with this?
Keep it.
Keep it.
We might be going somewhere nice where you could wear
I have
something
19 sport jackets I never wear. You know, I actually met with George Zimmer, the owner of the Men's Warehouse. And this was maybe 15 years ago. And I said, George, you're all about suits. And you know what? Suits are going bye-bye. And you should change your line. He said, nah, people always want suits. I was right.
Is the Men's Warehouse still in business?
I don't know. I think so.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay. So anyway, he's doing okay.
This is my favorite sweater. But here, why would I be bringing it here talking about cleanouts? I love this sweater.
Because it's got moth holes?
Because it's hot. We're not in the tundra. And so I can't make myself throw this out. Even though I know that somebody who may be a homeless person who would really like a warm sweater, who doesn't have a place, I can't make myself throw it out. What should I do?
Give it to me. I'll throw it out.
I love it.
Then keep it.
You think I should keep it or throw it out?
I think
charity?
things that you love should be kept until you really determine that you're never going to use it again.
All right.
Winter will come.
Okay. Now these dress shirts. My wife calls me the underwear author because when I'm not seeing clients or when I've got a phone client or a Zoom client, this is what I like to wear, and shorts normally. But I still have, from the old days, I have this huge closet full of shirts. Like, if there was the ultimate example of a nerdy shirt, it's this. You see, it's still from the cleaners. It's been sitting there for 10 years from the cleaners. It's a normal, nice shirt, but I'm not wearing it. I've got another blue one. I can't make my. Should I throw it out? Mm-hmm. Charity, no, community.
Oh, give it. Yes,
what's community
donate.
I don't know what Community Projects
Community
is.
Projects is a wonderful organization that donates money to local projects in the community. They've given a lot of money to the Napa County Office of Education to do great things, I'm sure to Napa Valley Unified as well. And they operate a thrift shop, and in the holiday season, they do an enormous business. People line up to go in there and shop. And so donating to community projects is another way of really helping the community twice. Once for the person who buys the stuff, and once for the people who get grants to do things they otherwise couldn't do.
Sounds great. You also talked about the Discovery Shop. Tell me about that.
And the Discovery Shop donates money to cancer patients. Very often, cancer patients need to get wigs and other things, and maybe they can't afford that. Cancer is unfortunately expensive. So donating to them, that's another way of giving back twice.
I think local is great, but the local chapters of two national charities that take clothes are very worthy too. Salvation Army, I'm not religious, but I think the intersection between finding work for people and Christianity is a good combination, whether you're religious or not. And so I commend Salvation Army to you. And there is a secular version of that, which is Goodwill. We often donate clothing to Goodwill, which is on Imola, in that River Park shopping center. Worthy people. I have talked with a number of the people who work at Goodwill and Salvation Army, and every one of them, they mostly had drug problems or whatever, but and I believed them when they said this. They believed that this is a good thing, that Salvation Army and Goodwill are good in helping them to recover. So I do encourage you, whether it's the Discovery Shop, or it's community projects, or it's Salvation Army, or it's Goodwill, if it's sitting in your closet, sure, you might use it sometime, but you will do greater good by giving it to one of those fine organizations. Fair enough?
And that's not just for clothing. All kinds of things, furniture, toys, games. The library will take books that are in good condition, and then they sell it at the library sale. So again, you're helping twice. It supports the library and supports the people who are able to pick up a new book for $1 or $2.
I think we've shared enough. Let me try to. We have plenty of time, so what I want to do is I want to summarize a few points. I want you to amplify, and then I want to turn to another topic. And I have no idea what it's going to be, but hopefully something.
Oh, good! I love surprises.
So okay, so the main thing is, whether it's a death cleaner or you're 20-something, and it's you have to ask yourself with each item as you go through your closets or your garage or whatever it is, ask yourself, would greater good come from my keeping this or giving it? And it doesn't have to even be an organized charity. Maybe it's a friend, a relative, your child's school. Be creative. But the real core question is it better off in my closet or in somebody else's?
And not just giving it away, using it. How many times do we buy something and we save it? We're saving it for what? Some grand special occasion. You buy a new dress, you don't want to wear it, you want to save it. I have dresses in my closet that, if I go back and look, I've probably saved them for 25 years and probably will never fit into them again anyway. So donating it will allow somebody else to have the pleasure of wearing something that you loved. And if it still fits, wear it, use it. Don't worry about breaking it.
No.
Just enjoy it. That's why you bought it in the first place, because you loved it.
If you're really not going to wear it, and maybe you're not going to donate it, there's money to be made in selling your used stuff to either a consignment shop or selling it on eBay. Don't be shy to do that. They make it very easy to sell on eBay. You bring in a pile of your stuff into a consignment shop. There's Lula, what is it, Lola's in St. Helena? What's it called?
Lolo's.
Lolo's. There's
a bunch of consignment shops in Napa.
Do you have any names you remember?
That's a question that starts with, do you remember?
Just Google consignment shops Napa, you'll find plenty. Okay. Is there a principle that you want to convey more broadly about whether death cleaning or young person cleaning?
Well, let's talk about death cleaning. What stops us from doing a really good winnowing out of things we don't need is it's overwhelming. You look at your desk, for example, and you say, "Oh my God, I'll do it tomorrow." Take one small piece. Say, I'm going to take 15 minutes and I'm going to clean just this piece. That's all. And it will be clean when I'm left. And tomorrow I might do another piece. Start small. Don't have grandiose ideas of doing the whole house. Eventually you may get it done, but take it slow.
I want to, we've been making this assumption about generosity throughout this. I want to make the selfish case for giving stuff away. If you get rid of the stuff you're really not going to wear, you see stuff you hadn't seen you had, you're reminded of it. And there's more room in the closet. Everything's not smashed together. It'll feel good. You'll wear more often the things you really like. You're curating. So that's one thing. Also, in terms of, Barbara mentioned furniture briefly. People, especially if they've been around a while, their house is full of crap. All kinds of knickknacks and extra furniture and this and that. And most places look better with less stuff in it. What would happen if you took your living room or your dining room or your kitchen and say, what if I got rid of 25% of this stuff? What's the stuff that really would not only be good for whoever's going to get it, but actually make your place look nicer?
True. I think there's not a room in the house that if you try for 2 minutes, you will find some things that you could easily do without.
I'm not the cook. You are the cook in your kitchen. And we have over the years accumulated all kinds of stuff. Do you remember kitchen stuff you either have gotten? It could be everything from spices to pans to God knows what. Do you recall anything that you either got rid of and you regret having given up, or you should give up? Talk to me about your kitchen.
Well, there are plenty of things I should give up. People want to give you things that they don't think you have, which is true. So my daughter gave me a wonderful bagel slicer from some deli in New York. Now, it's really good for slicing bagels because I tend to hold the bagel and then use a knife, and I have been known to cut myself. Here, you just stand it up and go zoom. But it takes up room, and how often do I need to slice a bagel? Not very often. That's something that is taking up room. I have probably 10 frying pans, and I don't fry that often. So I could at least get rid of 6 or 7 of them, and I may go home and think about that.
Okay. Should do it. I may go home and think about it. Boy, I would assess the probability of you getting rid of them at about 5%.
Not necessarily.
If I put a gun to your head and I said, we live 5 minutes away from Goodwill. Mm-hmm. Couldn't be easier. Or you put in a bag for when you're going to bring. Why would you not commit in front of all these people to getting rid of 3? I'm going to make it easy. You say you got 7, you're going to get rid of 3. What are you going to commit?
I will commit to getting rid of 4. How about that? Absolutely.
Tell me more about your kitchen.
Absolutely.
Or any other room. Tell me what you want to tell me.
There's stuff everywhere. It's very hard to part with things and make that instantaneous decision. Okay, it can go. It's not doing me any good here. I'm trying. I am
we have
going slowly. I have given boxes and boxes away. It's not like I haven't started the process. And I am getting there.
I want to transition in the few minutes we have left. We just had a couple over for dinner, and we really have conceded, but it's the truth. We have mastered the art of having a couple over for dinner. What would you like to share are the secrets to hosting? She is the culinary chair, and I'm the entertainment chair. Talk to us about hosting a couple for dinner. I'll say one thing before I do this. Every time we're invited for dinner, the other person, the cook, is scurrying around forever. And then by the time it's on the table, it's usually cold. And it's also awkward to see her doing all the work and she's not participating. Barbara has developed the absolute gift of having these elaborate dinners, but it seems like it magically comes out to the table. Tell us how you do that.
Well, it's not rocket science. Number one, I only make things that I know how to make really well. I never experiment and make something for the first time if I'm having company, because 90% of the time, the first time I make something goes wrong. So I do tried and true things. 2, I do...
You know what? We got to be specific. Talk about bread, salad, cheese puffs, the main course like fish or whatever.
Okay, so now they know my whole menu. So if you're invited for dinner, you already know what you're going to get. Yes, I always start with cheese puffs as an hors d'oeuvre. Easiest thing, I think I gave the recipe when we were here a couple of months ago.
That's right, we did a Christmas plate.
You just mush together some cheese and butter and flour and red chili pepper flakes and roll it together, make little balls, stick it in the oven. They're absolutely delicious. People love them. They go very quickly, and it was no work. So that's all prepared in advance, and when the company comes, all I have to do is put it in the oven. Actually, everything I serve is that way. So the salad is made in advance, and when we're ready to eat it, all I have to do is put the dressing on and bring it to the table.
And the secret to the salad, most salads are disgusting. They're boring. They're nothing. Our secrets, 3 flavorful items. Trader Joe's blue cheese, crumbled, cherry tomatoes, and importantly, of all things, this is totally not Napa cool, Good Seasons Italian dressing. Is that fair to say?
That's true, and Good Seasons has thrown me a curve. They used to sell 4 packets of it with the cruet, and now the cruet seems to be disappearing, and I think I've left enough cruets at other people's houses. When I brought the salad, I don't have a cruet anymore. I'm mixing up the dressing in
First
a
world
plastic
problem,
container.
if I ever heard one.
So there's salad and bread. That's pretty easy.
From Raley's, which are all, again, there are these frou-frou places that charge $5 or $8 for a loaf of bread. $2.48. I bought it just 2 days ago at Raley's. The most delicious. Is that correct?
Yes,
Continue.
They bake the bread every day. And
twice a day.
Yeah, during the day. And so if you get it after 4 o'clock, it's absolutely perfectly fresh.
Correct.
It doesn't need anything. I used to make garlic bread. No more. This bread is so good just by itself.
Easy peasy.
Main course is always something that I cook to the point of just before I need to serve it. It goes in the oven for 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever it needs. But everything is ready. I'm not assembling anything. Into
crucial.
the oven, onto the table.
Unless you think she only makes filet of fish, she makes the world's best brisket. She entered a kind of a contest with brisket against, I won't mention his name, but a world famous barbecue chef. Everybody agreed Barbara was better. Why? Her secret ingredients were not Napa frou-frou stuff, a can of cheap beer, and some cranberry sauce. Is that correct?
And ketchup.
And ketchup.
It's the easiest recipe in the world. You take brisket, you season it, salt, pepper, paprika, a little garlic, and then you mix up cranberry sauce, ketchup, beer, and you pour it over and you stick it in the oven for 3 hours.
See, now we're joking, but we're not. Because if Barbara has a really good sense of where is extra effort worth it and not, and it's rarely worth extra effort. So she has, over the years, figured out things that taste great, not too unhealthy other than cheese puffs, which are a heart attack on a plate, but the rest are reasonably healthy, quick, and nobody needs to go to some fancy market to get some, saffron or something like that. And talk about dessert.
Well, Marty's taken up baking, so I say bake something. And if he doesn't feel like doing it, I went to Costco the other day and I bought their cheesecake. You'll never taste a better cheesecake.
Never.
It was fabulous.
Again,
and we made a small dent in it, and then I gave the rest of it away to a friend who has a large family.
Again, it's not frou-frou. If you tell somebody you bought their cake at Costco, Costco. And also my own bake, I have a basic recipe that really works well for a lemon-based cake, and then I put in, cherries or chocolate chips or whatever. But even though I think I've got it down to a science, it varies. Sometimes it's dry, sometimes it's moist. You go and you get that cake from Costco, apple pie, which is also amazing there, or their cheesecake, and no work, effortlessly. The key is status is the enemy of contentment. If you're focusing on frou-frou status, you're going to have more work, it's going to cost you more, and it usually tastes worse. Think about it honestly. When you go to restaurants, we went to Buttercream. Just before we came here, we went to lunch at Buttercream. Buttercream is just your basic old diner and bakery. We loved it.
It was wonderful.
At a fair price and wonderful. The Chinese equivalent is Wasing. So we go there, and at a fair price and a beautiful aquarium, we get good food.
All right, we've talked with you a lot. If you would like a demonstration and you want to come to dinner, give me a call.
You're kidding.
No, why not? I don't think anybody will, but you can, and we would be happy to do that. So make your
Email.
life easy.
You don't.
Oh, yeah, right. Email.
To Barb Nemko, BARBNEMKO @gmail.com. She's crazy. I'm usually crazy, but that's a pretty crazy thing. Anyway, the next time we're going to talk about performing. So we're going to talk about performing. I'll bring my keyboard. I'll play. She's a very good actor. I'm a not-so-terrible actor. We'll talk about performing as a singer, as a musician, as an actor. I hope you'll stay with us. We are the Nemkos. I'm Marty Nemko.
I'm Barbara Nemko. Be well and declutter. You'll be so glad you did.